Ship's log 2944.7.1. I've completed my travels in the Client 263. It's been a good run. With each update, the universe gets bigger and bigger. I'm headed back to ArcCorp Area 18 to meet up with Griffin for his second broadcast. It'll be good to be home for a bit. Captain out.
G-Log Tango Charlie, this is Cat November 58 requesting a vector for approach.
Cat November 58, this is G-Log Tango Charlie. Your approach vector for landing is 100.
G-Log Tango Charlie, this is Cat November 58 on final approach, vector 100, over.
Please be advised, bring your speed down to 25 Mike Sarah. Contact on your final marker.
G-Log Tango Charlie, speed down to 25 Mike Sierra, roger on approach. This is Cat November 58 on final approach.
Cat November 58, this is G-Log Tango Charlie. Your alpha is looking good. Nice and easy.
Whoa. What happened? Hey guys, I don't know what happened. Archie was en route to get here for the show and we lost our camera feed on him. I hope he landed okay. ArchieFalcon, are you out there, man?
Griffin, this is ArchieFalcon. How do you copy, over?
This is Griffin at G-Lock. I copy you, Arch. Welcome back, buddy. Hurry back so you can join me to say hello to the viewers.
That's a roger, Griffin. See you in a bit.
Next.
Security checkpoint. Oh, scanning room. Oh, man. Hey, buddy.
Stand by. Starting scan.
Hey, 500 UECs if you ignore these guns on the back.
By entering Area 18, you agree to abide by all laws and regulations set by ArcCorp and the UEB. Any violation will result in immediate prosecution.
Archie, what the heck are you doing?
Just clear customs.
You're clear to go. Please exit the checkpoint.
I'll be there soon.
Alright, copy that.
Wah! Stupid dog crap. Coming into G-Lock.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, this is Griffin Gaming RPG, and we want to welcome you to the G-Lock Bar for the Test Zone, our show that we do for Test Squadron members and also for the community of Star Citizen. Again, I'm Griffin Gaming RPG. I'm your host, and my co-host ArchieFalcon is on his way up. You just saw he just arrived here in his Caterpillar, and he's coming up the elevator right now. Probably you should be here any second. In fact, I think I hear him coming. Arch, are you coming? Is that you? It is him. How you doing, buddy? Oh, he's got to get all plugged in. Hey.
Griffin, how you doing, man?
How you doing, man? You're all dressed up from your flight and everything. You're looking good.
Yeah. I tell you that custom.
Well, he let you go through. I see you dropped your guns off downstairs and everything, so he didn't stop you.
Well, I had to improvise.
Yeah. 500 UEC, yeah.
I stretched my pocket.
Awesome.
But I tell you what.
You got your Moby Glass.
A brand new Moby Glass. Oh yeah.
Awesome. That looks good on you, man. And I like the patches and everything. Let's see your patches. What you got? Show me your patches.
Squadron 42.
Squadron 42, okay. Whoa!
Citizen.
Star Citizen.
The University. Robert Space Industries. And my rank.
Oh, and you got your rank. Is that 1, 2, 3 buttons? Is that a captain or what is that? With the buttons on there. 4? Is it 4? Okay, I didn't see the other one. Okay. You're looking good, man. And you got your Squadron 42 hat on. You're all decked out today.
Yeah. Well, I just ran out of the ship. The landing crew is taking care of the cargo.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, you know what I got? This is what I got. Check this out. You ready, Arch? Look at
What you
this.
got?
Ah, you know what that is, right? Yeah, I got one, right? Remember Montoya, our guest we had last month, talked about these spinners for Test Squadron. So we are, yeah, I found these spinners, and they're black and yellow, which is our color, and I'm going to be giving these away as a consolation prize to those people who don't win on Testy's test, because we got to give them something for putting in their time, right? And see, I think, let's see, our guest this week is who? Who's our guest this week? Who's going to be our guest for interview?
It's gonna be.
You forgot who our guest is?
No, he's right here.
Our guest is RedWolfe. RedWolfe is our guest. RedWolfe from Test Squadron. And so he's going to be our guest today, guys. And as we've told you, one of the reasons why we're doing this show is to highlight members of Test Squadron. And so from time to time, well, not from time to time, every week we hope to have one or two people who are members of Test Squadron on as our guests, learn a little bit about them, learn a little bit about what it is they what drew them to Star Citizen and even drew them to Test Squadron. So, but before we get into that, Archie, you just came back from a long trip, right? You were out in space with your ship for this month, which was what? What ship was it?
I was doing cargo runs and picking up cargo and transporting cargo in my Caterpillar.
In your Caterpillar, right? And while you were out there, you sent me a message before you came in saying that you shot some video, right, to show us some things on it?
Yes, I did. Some very important parts of the ship
Okay.
they've been improving on.
Okay, cool. Is it okay if we show that video now?
Sure.
Okay. All right. We'll show the video right now. You guys take a look.
Okay, this is the Caterpillar. We'll talk about the power plant. And this is the power plant. This is the heart of the ship. The battery. It's a big battery. You can see the capacitor 1 and capacitor 2. System check lights. Pretty good detail they have done here. CIG has done it. So this is the jump drive room. And right here is the jump drive. This is component housing, so it's a pretty big unit. And this is the unit that will help us jump. The server access room. This is the computer room. These are all the computers of the Caterpillar. Look at all these servers. Pretty good detail, huh? There's a lot of memory banks here. They got to be pretty high-end computers to run this ship. So this is the engine room. You see the two engines, the starboard and the port engine. Back here is the engineer station. And that's the access ladder to the jump drive room that I was telling you about. And this puts us in the elevator access room. This is the elevator to exit the ship. The only way to exit the ship or enter the ship. So yeah, this is the living quarters of the guys. There's 4 bunk beds right there. Okay, so that means that there's 4 people in this ship, 4 crew, and you also have 4 bunk beds in the command module, so you can have up to 8 people in this ship. While 4 people are sleeping, 4 people can be operational in the command ship. The command ship acts as a lifeboat in case the ship gets destroyed. And here are the access to the cargo modules. The doors are already set. They'll be able to manually lock these doors in 3.0. Well, guys, that's it. This is all the stations that I wanted to talk about the ship, the Caterpillar.
Hey, that was great, Archie. You showed some really cool stuff on the Caterpillar. Was there anything in particular that really drew you to that ship, that made you really interested in it?
It's just the beauty of it. It has so many legs. That's what they call it, the Caterpillar.
Yeah, yeah. I know one of the things that when we first heard about the Caterpillar, it was really tied in with Drake and their whole idea of. I think in the beginning, a lot of guys were thinking about the piracy side of it, like they wanted to be able to put like dragonflies on it and maybe use it as a way to, pirate other ships or stuff. But it seems like it's going to be a lot more than just for that, right? I mean, in general, you think people will be using it for more than just something like that?
Definitely, there's going to be piracy using that ship. Yep.
And it's also one thing too. It's also a big ship. It's almost like you can get lost walking around on it, right?
Yes, yes. It's long. It's very long. Every section is connected with bulkheads, and yeah, I had to teach a couple of my crew a couple of times because they were getting lost.
Yeah, I know. I think next to a Starfarer, that one is probably one of the first time you get on it, one of those ships that's really kind of confusing because you almost forget what direction is forward and back just when you get on it.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a pretty cool ship. So this month we're just now going into July, right? And this month there's a new ship that's going to be announced for the ship of the month for subscribers, though, only for subscribers. Which ship is that going to be?
I thought the Taurus.
The Taurus? No, not the Taurus. It's the Constellation, right?
Because the Connie.
Yeah, the Connie, right? The Constellation Andromeda, right? Now you do have a Taurus, right?
My Ford Taurus.
Not your Ford Taurus. No, I'm talking about the Taurus, the variation on that ship. You got one, right?
Oh, the Connie Taurus.
Yeah, the Connie Taurus. Yeah. You got one, right?
Yeah.
And what are you planning to use that ship for?
More cargo transportation, but that one I'm going to have some other crew members to captain out and
oh, okay.
get away.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. Well, I've got a Taurus as well. I think my alt has a Taurus, and I've got a regular Connie as well. I mean, I really like that ship, and in fact, that's it, just as a little bit of trivia here. The Taurus, or not the Taurus, the Constellation is Chris Roberts' one of his favorite ships, right? He helped us design on that, right?
The Phoenix.
Well, yeah, right, but it's still a part of the Constellation series, right?
Right.
Right, okay, so I'm saying, yeah, he worked on the Constellation series and RSI ships, right? Well, in fact, that's why he calls them RSI, right? Robert Space Industries. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, thanks again for the tour. That was great. Glad you had a good time while you were out in space. We're going to go to a commercial. And when we come back, we are going to hear from our good friend Cosmic Trader, and he's going to be giving us some really exciting information this week. So just ask everybody to stand by and hang in with us. Don't go away, and we will be right back.
Yeah.
All right. Explosions. Love that video because it shows what Test Squadron members do best, right? Crash. Well, hey, this is the part of our show where we go into what we call our schedule update with Cosmic Trader, Cosmic Info. And right now, we should have our friend Cosmic. Cosmic, are you there?
I'm here. Thank you very much for inviting me.
There he is again, our sage of Star Citizen, Cosmic Trader.
Cosmic, yeah.
All right, fellas. Let me start out by saying a huge thank you to Griffin and Archie for all the very hard work they've done for this intro they've given us. Excellent. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Also, we just received news that TEST Squadron is now the largest org. Congratulations to everybody.
Whoa, that's great. Could you say that again to make it clear for everybody?
The largest org.
We are the largest org in the Star Citizen community. That is awesome news.
Yeah.
And it's ironic, it's Independence Day in America.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Okay, we get on with this. I don't know if all you people have watched the happy hour yesterday, but I came up with 4 notes for those of you who didn't that might be of interest. One of the questions asked was regarding the Carrack. It is on schedule for next year exactly as it exists right now in the production schedule. Nothing's changed. So whatever it says in the production schedule, that's when we should get the Carrack. I know we're all interested in it. The 600i, they were asked about that. It was supposed to be the next concept sale. However, it will not be the next concept sale. And what they told us was, it is concept ready, but it's so important, it's so awesome, it's so fantastic that they want to get the marketing done right. So as soon as they get the marketing all done the way they want it, then it will go on concept. They gave us no clue whatsoever what the next concept ship is. The Starfarer, there was questions about it, and somebody wanted to know if you can swap the fuel pods out for the cargo. The answer to that was absolutely you will be able to, but there are no cargo pods at this time. They have a person working on it. Then Ben Lesnick gave us a teaser and told us there was something else planned for that in the future, but he won't tell us what. Question about oxygen. And what they told us about oxygen is they don't know yet if we'll be actually carrying in our inventory oxygen tanks or not, but oxygen will affect the blood pressure of your character, the quality of his blood. It'll either boost or hinder his character depending on the quality of oxygen.
So Cosmic,
that's it for the happy hour.
Cosmic,
Yes,
if you don't mind me jumping in on that, if I'm remembering correctly, just to give a little more detail so people will understand how important that is, they even gave an example of how even when you're depending on if you're on a certain type of planet, depending on the oxygen levels or how much is available to you or not, will determine basically your stamina, right, in the game, right?
That's correct. If you're on a planet where there's little oxygen, it would be like being at a very high atmosphere.
Okay.
So yeah.
So basically,
it will affect your stamina.
You'll affect your stamina. So basically, I remember years ago going into Colorado, going up about 8,000, 10,000 feet up on the mountain and running around for 5 minutes and feeling like I was going to pass out because your brain doesn't tell you that you can't do all that activity, even though you feel fine. So even in the game, we'll have that same type of effect on us, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
And also, if the oxygen is above normal, it will boost your stamina.
Ah, okay, cool.
Roger that.
And by the way, just so you guys will know, those of you who are watching, we're going to do a little question time for Cosmic as well. So if you have a question for Cosmic that you want to ask him about, particularly about the schedule, the monthly schedule, the reports that have come out, or maybe just even some general stuff, Cosmic is our sage in Star Citizen in our community for TEST Squadron. And so we'd ask that you would put the word question in large capital letters beforehand and ask your question. We may take 2 or 3, maybe 4 questions for him after he finishes his report, but we're going to give you that opportunity to ask questions this week. So, Cosmic, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you that long.
I'll keep track of the questions.
Okay.
All right. On now with the weekly schedule, and understand I track this closely week after week after week. So, based on my research on this, I can tell you right now, my impression is, and in their own words, CIG says they crossed a really big internal milestone deadline this past week. Now, I'm not going to get into detail about what it is. It has to do with the fundamentals of the base economy. That seems to be working. It is currently in the bug fixing thing, and CIG desperately wants to start Evocati testing before the end of this coming week. It may or may not, but they desperately want to do that because they need stress testing before it can go to PTU. Okay? If you look at the schedule, some of the tasks, when Evocati testing starts, some of them will not be in there at the beginning, but they'll be in there by the end of Evocati and when PTU comes out. Some content, some UI, some AI, things like that. So we just have to be patient at the beginning of this. Okay, the next item on the agenda. Most of the items from last week's schedule are now completed, or they're scheduled for completion in early to mid-July. So by mid-July, or maybe the end of July, everything is scheduled to be completed. Okay, item 2.0 that we're all interested in for the ships is one of these items. It is finished for the single seat ships, but the multi-cruise ships, they're still working on it. All hands on deck for this. They are working round the clock trying to get it all done. So hopefully by the time it gets to PTU, your item 2.0 with your IFCS and all your multifunction displays on board these ships will be working.
Awesome.
The next item under here is we were all looking forward to some of our mobiGlas apps. And the ones of particular interest to me were the character customization, the vehicle customizer, the comm system. The comm system is where you call up air traffic control and do that sort of thing. And then we're supposed to ship selector and insurance. These are apps that are going to be in the mobiGlas. You'll be able to call them up directly out of your mobiGlas. That ETA is now scheduled for the 19th to the 25th of July. They will be, according to their schedule, again, they're working round the clock on this. They want all that in before it goes live. They probably will not have it for Evocati. It may end up at the end of PTU testing, so understand that bit. The mission system. This is excellent. And two things I want to tell you about the mission system. We all know about the Miles out there, the guy that we're going to deal with, those of us that are citizens. There's another fella called Ruto, R-U-T-O. He's the mission giver for the criminals and the outlaws. They're working on him right now, hot and heavy. Miles is done. They just need to do some polish work and bug fixing. Ruto, they plan on getting in and all done by the 19th of July. Okay? And part of the missions that they have completed is patrols, smuggling, and assassinations. These are just a sample of some of the missions you're going to get.
Cool.
Now, the next item is called Render Target Refactor. Okay? It's not the target like your enemy. It's a target like, hey, that item over there, to the server. I just like to keep things simple. This is very, very important because this is now feature complete and it saves over 50% of video memory that was previously used for dynamic textures. This is now finished and been tested. You've all heard me talk about the back-end work they're doing and the network they're doing. Mm-hmm. The back-end, I'm very, very happy to say, is 100% feature complete. The networking, the code, is 100% feature complete for 3.0.0, but it's undergoing code review. That will be done, according to them, by Monday, the 3rd of July, before testing starts. So this is excellent news for all of us. It should help our frame rate immensely. Okay, the next two things I just want to point out is last week, not this past one, but the week before, they mentioned, and in last week's schedule, they mentioned that they had the derelict ship sites all done, but they were uninhabited. I'm happy to say it is now feature complete. When you find a derelict ship, it now might be inhabited. Mm. And ladies and gentlemen, they do not tell us if they'll be inhabited by people or whether there'll be bugs in it. Okay? So be careful when you enter a derelict ship. It is now feature complete. I don't know about you guys, but I've been anxiously waiting real decent turrets. The turrets are 100% feature complete. QA has tested them, and they love them. Okay, yeah. So when it gets to Evocati testing, the turrets will be on all the ships. All these brand new turrets, they're 100% done. They're feature complete. Okay? Now, what I can tell you is they've made excellent progress over the past week. They're currently working round the clock on the item 2.0 and some other stuff. They got all hands on deck. They're pulling people from other little areas to get it done. And then they'll go back to some of those areas that are delayed a little bit. Okay? Because getting the 2.0 done is much more important to us. Okay? So I want to thank everybody at CIG for the very hard work on this. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of the features will not be implemented prior to Evocati testing. They are set to be completed for PTU and live. So those of you who are Evocati testers or PTU testers, please understand this when you go out to test. Read the notes carefully. If it's already known to them, they'll have it listed, known problems. Don't bother to report it, okay? And you will get them at the test and to try out. It's just, be patient with some of the stuff. Now, beyond that, I'm done with that. So before you ask the questions, I want to give you a reminder. The Nox is still on sale this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you're a subscriber, the Caterpillar's on sale this weekend only. So my suggestion is, if you want a Caterpillar, I would buy the Nox and then immediately CCU it to the Caterpillar. Then you have a Caterpillar with LTI. Okay?
Good idea.
This weekend only, you must be a subscriber. If you're not, you can become one for $10.
And then you buy a couple of more Noxes so
Roger that.
You have more.
And the last things I would like to mention, if I may, is Happy Independence Day to America. And today is the 150th anniversary of Canada becoming its own nation.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Woohoo! Awesome.
Griffin, I got a question here from Rada and Hum.
Okay, go ahead.
Rada and Hum is asking Cosmic here.
He's asking if things are more flammable in higher O2 atmosphere.
Right.
They haven't mentioned anything about that, Rattle, but my guess is yes, because they're programming it in such a way that oxygen will affect things. For example, your character. So if something is flammable and it's in a higher oxygen content, my guess is the answer would be yes. But at this point, we don't know the answer. That would just be my guess.
Okay. And I think Rear Intruder has a question for you too, Cosmic. And his question is, how many active players have you heard are going to be in an instance in 3.0?
Okay, the last time I heard is it will start out in Evocati testing with exactly as it is now, 24 players and 16 ships. However, having said that, they desperately want, and Chris Roberts is on top of this every day, they want 40 players in these instances as soon as possible. So between what I've told you, the serialized variables is done, the back end is done, the server coding is done. A lot of this stuff is going to increase our frame rate. They anticipate that when Evocati gets their hands on this and gets it stable, because it's going to take a while to get stable, when it gets stable, with all the extra added content, we should notice at least a 50 to 60% minimum increase in frame rate immediately. Okay? So, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, I mean, it's going to get better. Basically, I mean, we're going to see significant playability difference in the game.
Yeah, I mean, your frame rate might go up a lot higher than that for all I know.
Okay.
But they're anticipating a 50 to 60% frame rate. Now, if that happens, okay, to get back to the question, if that happens, if your frame rate increases, what that tells CIG is now they can increase the player number. And so somewhere along the line, you might get, whether it'll be 3.0 or 3.1, 3.0.1, They desperately want to increase that to 40 players. I do know they want to keep the count of ships at 16 for a while because they're trying desperately to encourage more multi-ship play. And right now, everybody tends to want to go out in single ship. So what they want is more 3 and 4 people per ship with an escort. They would like to see more of that style of gameplay. So have at it, fellas. Escort each other, attack each other, have a heck of a good time.
I have another question here from RedWolfe 1. How many test keys can you fit in a Caterpillar? What, you want to make a clown car?
As many as possible.
Actually, that would be kind of interesting because I remember when people were cramming people in Avengers and stuff, and I don't think I've ever seen. Well, obviously we can't get. I mean, 24 people. It's way more than that, but it would be interesting to see how many people you could get into a Caterpillar. That'd be kind of crazy. Rear Intruder had another question for you. I think you'll appreciate this one. He says, since many of us are over the age of 50, can we have little breaks for the toilets every 15 minutes?
That's a union question.
Well, I'm 67. I'll spend most of my time in the bloody
That's the issue for the union there.
That's crazy. Hey, Cosmic, you and I were talking earlier, and we were talking about Friday's show where they had all the community managers on. And one of the things that really, really impressed me was a question that someone asked about the tone in the studios right now, whether or not there's a lot of pressure, whether people are antsy, whether people are relaxed, how the developers were. And Xylo and Ben both gave very positive responses to that. Could you talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, I can tell you, I monitor over at Spectrum a lot. And you guys all know I'm Evocati, okay? We're not supposed to tell anybody we are, but you all know it now.
Mm-hmm.
You've known it for a long time. So I will tell you this. The devs work very, very, very hard. They work nights, they work weekends, and there's always, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, people up there on Spectrum talking to us, chatting with us, answering our phony baloney questions and stuff. But they're also laughing and playing and joking. They got a wonderful sense of humor. No matter how hard they work, they're always got a great sense of humor. And I have noticed in the past 2 weeks, and in specifically over the last week, the morale has increased threefold, and it's always been high, super high. That tells me that they're getting ready to show off something that's incredible to them, and they want us to see it real bad. Okay, what they want to see is they want to see our delight, our videos. They want to watch the Twitch streamers. They want to hear about us. They want to show this off so bad. So yeah, it's at an all-time high level. If you watched Happy Hour, you could see that Xylo, Tyler Wilkin, he looked like a 3-year-old kid at Christmas.
Yeah, he did. Mm-hmm.
I mean, those pictures that Sandy posted and they put up there, that was actually him playing for the first time. He used to be QA, so he had access to the build. So he just decided on his off time, he'd load the build up and try it. And he just about fell off the chair.
Yeah.
So this is impressive. If it's impressing them, imagine how it's going to impress us.
That's true. That's very true. And he said he even, out of nowhere, he called up both Ben and Lando and said, "Oh my God, I can't believe what I'm seeing." And he Skyped them what he was playing, and he said he was blown away by it. And they were just laughing because of his excitement about what he's seen. And like you said, he's a part of the team. And if he's pumped up about it, we can imagine, how we're going to be responding to it when it comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
The morale there is at an all-time high. They're getting ready to show you something that we've waited 4 years for. They've waited that long to show it to us. And they've worked very hard on it. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Okay. Archie said there's one more question.
Have bugs. It'll have lots of bugs. Bear with it.
Okay. Bugs. Oh, that's a different movie. Anyway, Rear Intruder is asking, what about rebreathers? Why carry on too?
I don't know. All I know is, I can tell you it's a good question, but when they were asked about the oxygen, at this point in time, They're just considering, they're thinking about whether we should have an inventory, whether it's oxygen, rebreathers, whatever. That's something that down the line in the future, they're thinking about it.
Right, right. Okay. Well, Cosmic, thanks. As always, you're always the knowledgeable source, our encyclopedia for members of Test Squadron. And for those of you who sent in the questions, Rattle and also Rare Intruder, thank you guys for dropping those questions, and they were good questions. We are going to take another break and go to a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to have our interview with RedWolfe. But first, we want to show you how testes, Archie, you're going to love this video, how testes have found out how to take out a Xeon scout ship. So you guys, make sure you watch this commercial for this special technique, because I think you'll appreciate it.
That's how it's done.
That's how it's done, Archie. All you do is just go head first into the ship and blow it up. That's all you need to do. Okay, well listen, we are back, and we are now back with our good friend, Mr. RedWolfe. Red, are you on?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, there he is. And Red, you're going to have to tell us, how in the world did you decide to pick that for your logo? I'm really curious.
That was my childhood favorite cartoon character.
Me too, I love it.
Really?
Yes.
So you were big into the whole Looney Tunes, Warner Brothers, Bugs Bunny thing?
Every bit of it.
I have my module.
That was a good childhood, I'm telling you.
Now you do realize that there are some people who are watching us who don't even know what you're talking about, probably, right?
Yeah, but
Well, Red,
I have my modulator.
what were you saying, Red?
I'd say look it up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm trying to figure out how to put our Tesla logo on him.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, maybe we can figure out a way to squeeze it into that little helmet of his. I think that little yellow circle would fit in real good with the green.
Yep.
Okay.
Great.
All right. Well, listen, Red, we really appreciate you coming on. We're going to get some questions out to you, and of course, you know that you are our person to play Testes Test after your interview. So don't use all your energy on these questions, because you've got to be able to answer some more questions afterward.
I hope I can refer to Cosmic as my, my extra.
I think Cosmic's going to be sitting back to see whether or not you pass him up from his last run last time. I think he got 14 questions, so 14, you're going to have to be trying to shoot for 14.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to shoot for 4 and make it 4.
Okay, well, Archie's going to start you out. Go ahead, Arch.
Okay, ready, RedWolfe. Tell us, what part of the world are you from?
I am from the sunny state of California in the United States. I grew up here, and after I grew up, I moved around a lot to different states, and now I'm settling into Colorado. I found a real nice town there that I like, so that's where I'm heading back to.
Really, Colorado is like my #1 state I would move to. I fell in love with a place called Gunnison in southwest Colorado, and but if I could live in Boulder, I would love to live there too. But that's a beautiful state.
Yeah, I'm a little the northeast corner up.
Okay. Well, that's awesome.
2 hours from Denver, Boulder area.
Okay. Nice. Well, and Red, how did you become interested in video games just in general?
Through playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Really?
I used to play, as Archie's going to get to do this afternoon, from the books with Dungeons and Dragons back in the early 70s.
Wow, that's awesome.
I started playing in 93.
And you're playing... Go ahead, I'm sorry, Red, go ahead.
Then I went to the Dungeons and Dragons video game on a computer back when I had my Tandy 1000.
Ooh, Tandy. Wow, Radio Shack days.
I had one of those.
I think mine's still out in the shed.
That's awesome. Okay. Art, you got the next question?
When did you become part of the Star Citizen community, and how did you learn about us?
Oh, that was, well, about 2 years ago, I was playing WoW, and I got really bored with it and tired of paying all the time every month to play a game. So friends of mine said, well, they were interested in this game, and we came over here, and I got involved, and I've been around, and the ones that got me interested haven't ever been on, so I joined TEST.
Okay. And before you, let me ask you this question too. Did you play any other type of space games before you got into this whole Star Citizen thing?
No.
Okay, so you were like pretty much the fantasy role play D&D type stuff was the thing you were doing.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the first ship that you got when you decided to back Star Citizen?
A Crucible.
Really?
My Crucible was bought before I even enlisted.
You bought big, right when you came in.
Well, I made a commitment
That is
when
the ship.
when I bought that ship that I would not pay a monthly fee to play a game ever again.
Okay. What drew you to the
So
Crucible?
Repairs. I'm a mechanic by trade.
Okay.
Certified Harley-Davidson mechanic.
Oh, cool.
So,
Booyah.
I've always, from the time I was 5 years old, I've been turning wrenches on my bicycle, and then to motorcycles and cars and military. I did everything, and now I'm just retired from it all.
That's awesome. So us retirees, and I'm going to throw myself in the club with you, we'll have plenty of time to be out in Star Citizen while a lot of these other guys are at work trying to survive, right? You and I will be in space.
Exactly, out there making that money.
So Griffin,
the only way we got to make money to go city bopping and bar hopping.
There you go. Oh, you quoting Cosmic. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah.
So, hey, that takes care of the next question about the career.
Well, you might as well ask them.
Well, what career interests you most in Star Citizen?
Doing this? Well, I'm not getting the vibe that I'd like, but I want to do repairs and I want to do customization. Okay, they just came out with a new Nox, two colors, black and silver. Why don't you bring it to the body shop and get it painted?
Nice.
Let the body shop come to you and paint it. The first time you come in for repairs, get it painted your way.
That would be
no
great.
Extra charge.
That'd be great.
That'd be no extra charge, and that'd be something that would be something that I could actually do in a game, something like that. Everybody has saying, oh yeah, you can go out with the fleet and be there to repair the fighters. Well, yeah. That's still there to do.
Right.
I'm still going to do that part of it. That's a big part of playing the game. But the stuff like sitting around in the daytime when nobody else is on but us making money, I could be doing a lot of paint jobs, a lot of custom ships. Why can't we swap one engine from one ship to another ship?
Mm-hmm. I know that they've talked about, Red, they talked about being able to, in time, of course not when it first launches, but in time they have talked about being able to do custom work to ships, repair work that's much more extensive. People can bring you, for example, certain types of resources, and you can enhance ships. So somebody like you will be invaluable to people who, one, don't want to put in that type of time, but they do want to have the upgrades or the betterments done to their ship. So I think what you're going to ultimately be in is a pretty lucrative career, as the game moves on.
I'm certainly hoping to.
Now let me ask you. Go ahead.
I just want to keep playing the game. As long as I can play the game and not cost me any more money, so that they're not coming out with any new ships, because 5 Nox really hurt me.
Oh, yeah. I understand that. Now, here's a question, and I guess I want to kind of make this a twofold question. You mentioned that you have the Crucible, and that's one that you really, really want to focus on. Do you think another ship would complement that? Something like is it the reclaimer, the salvage ship? Do you think that would be something that maybe later on you could work toward as you build your money in the game, that maybe might be a part of your business kind of in the game?
Oh yeah, I think they're talking with a Crucible, maybe a tow truck type situation,
Hmm.
and I think they're going to come out with a vehicle. It's going to be between the Reclaimer and the Crucible
Okay.
as a tow vehicle, so to speak.
Okay.
So that would be good. But yes, a Reclaimer would be great because I mean anything out in space, any ship that's been what's coming up, they're going to be blown apart.
Hmm.
Pieces are going to come off and stuff that are salvageable. Bring me those engines.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
And of course, you cut the middleman out if you're doing the salvage yourself, right? If somebody who's working for you is doing the salvage work for you, then you can bring those parts in and use that as part of your rebuilds, right?
Yep, I should be able to. That's what I feel.
Okay.
Bring me them stealth ships. I'll peel the skins off and put them on other ships. I'll make my warlock stealth.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, listen, hey, for those Test Squadron members out there, you guys hear where Red's heart is, and we know who to go to when it comes to getting our ships fixed up, whether we're in battle or whether it's just jacked up from your own little personal battles out there in space.
For sure.
Yeah, okay.
You know, my battle cry is make Astro cry. That's the only repairs we have now. So
Right.
I want to put them out of business.
Okay, awesome.
You know, make Astro cry.
Okay, Arch.
Okay, what do you look forward to the upcoming release of 3.0?
Prospector.
Mm.
I'll be able to fly my Prospector and hope they get mining real soon to follow if it isn't in it. But that's because I got to start somewhere, and that's the first way to make money is going to be the Prospector.
Yeah.
So you're feeling more leaning toward doing, I was going to ask you, do you feel more like leaning toward mining, or do you think you're going to do more like cargo? Which one do you think you'll do, or is it a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. I think I'm kind of leaning towards the mining. I like that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
In that I'll be able to mine raw materials, take them in, have them refined, whatever, and come back or trade the raw materials for the materials that I need
Okay.
to redo the repairs and such once that's released.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm mining to start with, I'm going to have money in the game. So as soon as my Crucible comes out, hopefully by my birthday of next year,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll be happy.
It's interesting you mentioned that because ships like the Crucible, I'm an explorer guy, right? So I've got the Carrack. I also like mining, so I've got an Orion. And those big ships, they do a lot of detail. They're really scheduled toward the latter part of the 3 series, the 3-point series of being released. But the good thing to me, Red, about it, and Ben said this the other day, or I think maybe Lando said it on Friday, he talked about the fact that as they continue to build ships, the ships get better and better. Not just in the sense of the programming dynamic of it, but actually what they put in the ships get better and better. And I think that's something for us to look forward to. Like your ship, like the Crucible, we can't imagine what the thing's going to look like, when they finally do release it. I'm sure it's going to be way, way more than we possibly could have imagined if it came out right now,
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're having some sizing issues because it indicates it's only 88 meters, I think.
Yeah, but it's going to change, because the ships have gotten bigger. You know what I mean? Some of the ships have gotten bigger.
This thing's supposed to be able to work on a Bengal.
Yeah.
I think that's a little small to work on a Bengal, but there's going to be a way.
Yeah.
There's going to be a way, and that's what makes it so good. And,
Yeah.
Oh, the drones. We're going to be able to use drones, I guess, with it also. I've heard some stories of.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I was amazed when we saw the footage from the Reclaimer, the footage that we've seen so far, and we've seen how large that ship is. I mean, it's huge. And, even when the Starfarer first came out, that grew, and they even told us it grew legs, it grew bigger than what they had anticipated. So I would think that, with ships like the Banu Merchantman and other ones that are coming beforehand, something tells me your Crucible is not going to be what, the specs say now, that it's going to be something probably much, much bigger.
Oh, and much more better and easier to operate, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And you're going to need a crew for that thing, right?
A crew of 3, myself and 3 people.
But don't be surprised if that grows too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I'm going to have beds in the landing bay because I've got to have a squadron of people to help protect it.
Yeah.
And I've got to have a flight wing around somewhere protecting. So
That's true. That's true.
So I've also got me a warden and a warlock for those purposes. So,
oh, nice, nice.
You know, put me somebody in that can fly those, and I'm good to go. I can just stay and repair. But who's going to shoot up the guy that's going to fix them?
Yeah, I was going to say, I guarantee you that you'll have people protecting you because you're going to be a valuable asset to the org. That's for sure.
You know, and I'm going to fix. I don't care who. Well, I do care what org a person is from, naturally. But I'm going to fix shit, even if it's a pirate. I don't care. They come in, get their ship fixed, and go. What happens in the shop stays in the shop. 300 empty cargo containers? I don't think I can fill them all.
Okay. Well, look, Red, we really appreciate the time you've given us for this interview. And if you're ready, we are going to go into our testies test for you. Do you think you're ready to handle it?
I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Well, guys, just so you guys will know, for those of you who aren't familiar, Testies Test is where we ask a member from Test Squadron several questions, and they basically have a certain amount of time to answer these questions. And what we do is kind of compete against the way quantum questions are done by CIG and their staff. So, Red, as I mentioned to you earlier, Cosmic was our first person to do Testies Test. He got 14 questions. CIG, Brian Chambers, is the highest answering person with 16 questions.
19.
So, no, he doesn't have 19 questions. No, 16. 16.
I'm sorry.
So, here's the deal. We want you to answer thoroughly, but we want to see how close you can come to beating Cosmic and beating Brian Chambers. If you beat Cosmic, there is a prize for you today. I won't tell you what the prize is, but there is a prize for you. Are you game for that?
I'm game.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So give me 1 second here. We're going to get our timer set. Hold on. And once I tell you when, I'll start asking you questions, so stand by.
And I'll keep track of the questions there.
All right, question number 1. What is your name?
Perfect.
What's the
RedWolfe.
What's the main thing you want to do in Star Citizen?
Repairs, custom ship customizations.
Where are 2 of the CIG studios located?
Austin and Germany, I believe.
Name 2 famous celebrities who are featured in Squadron 42.
Celebrities in Squadron 40.
You can say pass if you want to.
Pass.
CIG recently changed the name of their game engine from CryEngine to what engine?
Lumberyard.
Name 2 moderators in Test Squadron.
Monken and Moonshiner.
Who is taller, the Banu or the Vandul?
Banu.
What's the name of the newest concept ship in Star Citizen recently released?
The newest one is the Nox.
What is the drink of choice in Test Squadron?
Beer.
What ship was designed by the Star Citizen community members and not CIG?
The Redeemer.
What ship was originally intended to be a tugboat?
Crucible problem.
There has only been one item that pilots could flip in Star Citizen. Was it A, a coin, B, a light switch, or C, a helmet?
A coin. A.
What Drake ship is being reworked? The time is up right now. I think if I count it right, Yeah, that was going to be the answer, but I think you got, I want to say you got, how many did you get, Archie? Was it 12?
I got 12 questions, but 10 answered.
10 answered. Okay. So actually I had, let's see, I got 13 questions, so that means you got 11 answers. So, Red, you didn't make it. You got close though, buddy.
Damn. Well,
You got close.
time.
Yeah, you took a pass. I think you took a pass on one, which was name the two famous celebrities who are featured in Squadron 42. Archie, do you know any of the celebrities?
Celebrities, it's Mike Hammond. It's one of them.
Mike Hammond. Who's Mike Hammond?
Celebrities.
You mean Mark Hamill?
Mark.
Mike.
Luke.
Luke Skywalker.
All right, and who's another one?
I know Sandy is going
Darth
to be
Vader.
Sandy.
I don't know if Sandy's a celebrity. She's an actress. I don't know if she's a celebrity or not. Who else? There's got to be another one you know.
Oh, the general. I don't remember his name right now.
All right, can somebody type one in? Who's got one? Thank you, Rattle. Look at what Rattle's answer is there.
Rattle got it.
Rattle, what did Rattle write down there?
Gillian Anderson and.
That's right, Gillian Anderson. Right? Do you remember Gillian Anderson? She was from X-Files, the X-Files. Red, you did
yeah,
you did a great job. You did a great job. So right now we've got Cosmic at 14 answers, and Red, we're going to put you on the list right now at 11 answers. Again, we appreciate you putting in the time and hanging out with us today, man. It's really good talking to you.
Have nothing better to do today.
And you just relocated. I mean, not relocated, but you just got settled in back out in California, right?
Yep, just got settled back after a long legal process. Got in the house and getting it all cleaned up where I could stay in it. And now I'm here for a couple more days, and then I'm headed back to Colorado.
Back to Colorado. That's awesome. Well, Red, again, thanks a lot, man. We'll be talking to you real soon. Cosmic, thank you for your input that you gave us today. Archie, as always, my buddy, you're all dressed to the nines today. You are totally Star Citizen. You'll be dressed for next Star Citizen Con with that outfit, man.
I'll have. Well, you see, the thing is, by the time I get here, I don't have time to change. So I just run from the when you come in through the port there. And, I hope I will remember to leave my weapons.
You won't have to drop another 500 UEC, right?
Yeah, I had to stretch my pocket there.
All right, well, listen, to all those who decided to tune in today, we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us again and your support, and to all our guests, and once again to TEST Squadron, all the people in the Star Citizen community. We appreciate you, we love you, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys in a few weeks. Take care and enjoy the holiday weekend. Happy 4th of July, Independence Day for Canada, and of course, Star Citizen. We are the biggest org in the Star Citizen community. Woohoo! Give us a yeah, Arch.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks again.